30 seconds, guys. Seconds here. Music.
Yeah.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Roundtable right here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I am your host, John Brecco, and with me in the studio, well, not in the studio, calling in, obviously. This is in Foster's home for imaginary friends. But we got a very special guest on the line. Gino, can you give him a drum roll real quick? You always screw it up, but, you know, we're still going to go with it. Gino has a white guy sense of rhythm over here. That was one of your better ones, actually. Alright, but anyway, our guest in the studio is a music booker that I met from a good friend of mine back in college. Michael Katz, how you doing, my man?
Good, thank you, John. How are you?
I'm doing alright, man. I can't complain. You spell his name right, or did you screw that up on the big screen, too? K-A-T-Z, you got it?
That's it.
Alright, he got everything right. Awesome. If he can't do the drum roll right, he's got to get that right at least. Hey, you got it, Gino. It's okay. But, anyways, you're a friend of RJ's, right?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I met RJ back in college. Pretty sure we actually had the same major. That's how I know him. And then, obviously, he sent me your info. You sent me a bunch of other guys' info. And that's how we kind of just started linking up, going back and forth. But anyway, the first thing that I want to ask you is, how did you get into booking in general?
Well, pretty much, it was back in 2014. I was involved with a group who ran like a radio promo for a contest, and a certain artist won, and the group broke away, but I continued to work with the artist and actually form an indie record label with them.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, called Anakian Music.
Yeah. What was the indie record label?
It's called Anakian Music, A-N-A-K-E-I-O-N, Music. And our first signed artist is a hip-hop duo, very talented.
Okay.
And about a year and a half ago, we signed a singer-songwriter, rock.
Awesome, man. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me about your experiences with the group you were with. Tell me about some of your experiences with the record label. Tell me about that stuff.
Well, it's been a process, you know, everything starting from scratch pretty much, building a team. I took on as a partner someone I've been trying to write with, because to work on songs together. So that never panned out, but he's now the vice president of the label. He does like the social media and networking, and you know, we're a good team, and we've grown since then. RJ worked with us a couple of years back, doing some intern work, and you know, he has a lot of skills. It's good to know him.
Yeah, no,
So,
I know he's trying to do a lot with film. He's a big film junkie.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He really is.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right.
And
yeah, no, keep going, man.
Yeah, so we recently brought on a head of artist relations and development, and now we have a producer who's on board. So we have a core team of 4 and 2 signed artists, and we have a great videographer. So slowly, you know, we're building a strong team.
Coming along slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely sounds like you made some progress in the past, like, 3-4 years that you've been doing this, man.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. So, tell me about what, like, the booking process is like for events, because normally when I bring a lot of artists on, you ask them about their music, their songs, what got them interested in music. I want to take this a little bit in, like, a different direction. Tell us about that.
About booking?
Yeah, just about, like, the process you have for it and everything.
Well, basically, it depends on the artist, and also every venue pretty much works differently to some extent.
Yeah.
So we try to look for venues that are willing to partner with us, and we supply all the, the talent and, whatever tickets we're able to sell, we get and they keep. So a lot of clubs, especially in New York, it's hard to work that way, but I find other places it's a little easier, especially when you're working with indie artists that are not in their own hometown. It's more of a challenge.
Yeah.
But
do you guys ever get, like, events, like, in the city, or do you normally, like, go outside of, like, the Manhattan area?
We've done some things in Manhattan. Most of the artists we work with actually are from Pennsylvania. So the challenge is to gather a fan base in another state.
Yeah.
So the shows we've done in New York pretty much have been where there is already a show in place, and we get them on. They've played in the Highline Ballroom,
Oh, wow.
the hip hop duo. They performed in SOBs. We got them on the field at MCU Park, the Cyclone Stadium. They did the national anthem and did a set, and then played by Citi Field also before a Met game.
Wow, man. And you're honestly right. It is hard to get a fan base that's outside of the area that, you're from or that you're in. I can tell you that from experience, but sounds like you've been up to the challenge, man, getting them in a lot of different places.
Yeah, and everything, I don't see anything as being a negative experience. Everything we've done so far, good has come out of it. Like, it's all about building relationships, and
Absolutely.
that's one thing that we've been successful at, is whoever we started with, they're still with us, and we keep just growing like a tight circle. And we don't forget anybody who's supported us along the way.
Hey, man, that's how you do it. You keep the relationships going and going and going. You build relationships, and then relationships out of those, and that's really how you do it in an industry like this one.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's been it's good. It's a great learning curve, so.
Absolutely. All right, but anyways, you can do booking for pretty much anything, really. You can do it for, like, business events. You can do it for music, etc. The list goes on and on and on. What got you interested in that you wanted to do it with music exactly?
Well, I've always had a strong love of music and an interest in the business of it. So around late 2014, I actually saw an opportunity where I could do that. I got introduced to this artist, and I drove up to their house in the Poconos from Brooklyn, New York, and just said, I want to work with you. And from there, we formed a label and signed them, and we've been growing and working with them ever since. So,
okay, was that
just following the dream.
Was that the first person you actually signed?
Yeah.
Ah, so that they've been around pretty much since the beginning.
Yeah. It's a twin brother duo.
That's awesome, man.
Sure.
All right. Anyways, all right. There was something I was gonna ask, but it just slipped my mind. All right, now I remember it. Don't you hate that you're about to say that it just slips your mind, right, Gino?
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, have you ever actually done anything with, like, music yourself?
I can't play anything.
No?
No, I just play the stereo. That's it.
Hey, you know what? I do that in my car all the time. I turn a pretty mean dial myself. Don't worry, we'll get together and pretend like we're DJs one time, man.
That's it. I'm living through my other guys. You know?
I could change it at the volume, change it at the channel, hit like the number dial things. Trust me, I got it going on in that car, bro. Alright. But tell me a little bit like more about like some of the other guys that you signed, some of the other guys that you built like connections with. Tell me about them, man.
Okay, sure. So besides the two we signed, the hip hop duo, and we have a singer-songwriter, guitarist, amazing talent. His name is Ben Gorski. We signed him like a year and a half ago.
You told me about him. You told me about Ben Gorski actually.
Who, RJ?
No, you did.
Oh yeah. So he's really he's amazing. He has a video out. He just finished up a 4-song EP with a very high-end producer up in the Poconos, and that's gonna come out pretty soon with the video. So that's exciting.
Definitely have to check that out.
So those are the two signed artists. The other relationships we've built with is another band who's incredible, also based in the Poconos, called The Crowning. And they're bringing back that old, like, grunge, alternative, Nirvana type stuff. It's really amazing stuff.
Gotcha. So you mentioned something about like one of the hip hop places you've been in New York. So I picture you're like a kind of guy that's like open to like going into like different genres and everything.
Yeah, as long as it's good, we don't.
Yeah.
We'll take any kind of music really, as long as it's quality.
Gotcha.
So we pretty much, SOBs is like one of the classic hip hop places in New York. So they perform there, and again they did the Highline Ballroom. They actually also played the Sherman Theater in Pennsylvania. They opened up for Ja Rule, which was, really a big show. They had a built-in crowd of, a few hundred people.
I can imagine. That guy's been around since what, like late 90s, at least?
Yeah, he's been doing this for like 25 years.
I was going to say, he's been doing it for a long time. I was thinking maybe even longer than that.
Possibly.
No, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Alright, are there any genres that you really haven't gotten into yet that you would like to?
Well, I mean, we've put on showcases where we've had artists come on from other genres, blues, country, folk. So we've had a nice mix, R&B, but to work consistently with someone from, I would say, like blues and R&B, not as yet. But
that hasn't been like
again, we're cultivating relationships.
Yeah. So those are like places that you would want to like work into a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, because like I already said, you already mentioned that you were working at different genres. I didn't know if there was like anything else like you were trying to do.
Right. I mean, the end goal is to expand the roster, obviously, and just grow and build. Is like a collective of excellent musicians who could actually collab with each other, and do like crossover stuff. I've seen that with the two I have now, and it's just, nothing's, just great stuff came out of that.
Yeah, Ben Gorski and The Crowning are the two guys you have signed right now, right?
No, Ben Gorski and Meta Noise are the ones I've signed. Okay. Meta Noise is the hip hop duo.
Okay, gotcha.
And The Crowning we work with more of booking and working on shows together.
Okay, so I have a question for you. What are some of the crossovers that you would like to see?
What I'd like to see is, what we've been talking about a little bit is having that combo for at least a couple of tracks where hip-hop and rock are combined, like the old Run DMC, Aerosmith type collab. You know, that's been successful at one point, so I think we can do something like that.
That'd be
also, the hip hop guys, they can also Meta Noise. They can sing as well, so they're crooners and they can do R&B and ballads just as well as rap. So, you know, they're very versatile.
That's awesome, man. I'm happy to hear that. Alright, is there anything else you'd want to, like, see? Maybe with guys that you, like, don't have, that you've, like, worked with before?
Yeah, I mean, there's a blues guy. Yeah, I'd love to get into the blues and work, you know, get someone to collab with the rock. We haven't had that on. I actually had a country guy. He was really good.
Okay.
On the last showcase.
All right.
His name is Ian Bamberger. I don't know if you heard him. He's very talented.
Bamberger. That sounds like a deluxe meal at Burger King.
Like, hey, guys, look at the Bamberger. And he does like this, like rockabilly country type stuff that, you know, you don't see a lot of, and very, very talented. So he came down to our last showcase in Queens.
Yeah, no, sounds like a really cool guy. Sounds like something different from what I normally listen to.
Yeah.
I'll probably check him out one day, see what he sounds like.
Yeah, I could sing so.
Alright, well, what's the first guy you'd like to, like, see him, like, crossing over with? Was it the one blues guy you mentioned, or?
Who, him, or?
Hamburger.
Well, yeah, we worked with him one time.
Okay.
I think he's more of a solo act, so I don't know if he's going to be, you know, collabing anytime soon. But, you know, the guys we have now, you know, Ben and Meta Noise, like we've had, with the hip-hop, we've had some features on some of the tracks from real hip-hop stars like Chris Rivers, it's Big Pun's son, Kristen Gray, Joel Ortiz. So we've had features on some of their tracks that really hit home with a lot of people.
Gotcha, sounds like it. Alright. What I do want to ask, though, are there any artists that you're, like, looking to sign right now, or?
Right now, we're more looking to build on relationships and put shows together. We're focusing now on promoting the two artists we do have.
Okay. And
we're not quite at the level yet where we can take on another person to sign fully. We do like management type relationships with other artists to help them along, and you know, we give a lot of free advice, and you know, we just like to help indie artists.
So basically, you just want to promote the artists you have right now.
Yeah, we're not signing anyone else at right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I do know a lot of guys you could work with. Gino, you know a lot of indie artists, right? You should give them some of the indie artists you know about.
Well, what genre are you looking for? It depends on the genre, you know. What are you looking for?
Again, we're open to anything that's quality. Seriously.
God, I know so many different people. I mean, God, I mean, here in New Jersey or outside the area or what?
They could be based anywhere within the tri-state area. I've worked with people in New York. Again, most of the people I worked with actually are based in Pennsylvania. A couple of Jersey guys. So, you know, as long as it's, you know, drivable, and but we are looking to grow and do like mini tours in the near future. So then we can expand to different states.
I was gonna say it's always good to get different people, and I know you know a lot of people, so
Tons of people. Tons of people in this area. A lot of people outside the area. I don't know if did you hear about the new law? Not to cut you off, but did you hear about the new law about the breweries are not allowed to have any type of live music?
No.
Nobody's heard about it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Yeah, no breweries or bar or restaurant is allowed to have live music, play games, or trivia at any time. And they're trying to pass that bill.
Are our ears going to ring the wrong way when we're drunk? Is that it?
I don't know who comes up with these bills. I'm assuming it's the royalty companies, the royalty issues, and lawyers. Because lawyers are not your friends.
That's also true. Wait,
is that a state-by-state thing?
No, this is New Jersey. This is New
Jersey.
This is New Jersey right now. I have friends that are good. Said they're going to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's the Commonwealth, which is a little bit different than New Jersey. But this is New Jersey. This is under the new acting governor.
Hold on, what does royalties have to do though with playing in bars? I don't know.
Because you're not allowed to play covers. Every indie artist plays covers. Even if you play your own music, it's still an artist that's still got to register his rights for royalties. You understand that, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And that's kind of where we're going. So the only logical place they would actually be able to come is actually here, where we pay for royalties, and when we broadcast them, we're already paying for broadcasting them. So we're actually the best place to go would be a venue like a radio station where they can be heard from for millions of people at the same time, maybe just 20 or 30 in a little venue.
Well, I do have a couple of his guys coming in August, so
Yeah.
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
When we get the new place built, that's kind of what we're thinking about. So maybe we'll be talking in the future.
When is the new place getting built?
Well, they're building it now.
Oh, they are now?
Yeah.
When do you think it's going to be done?
They're saying maybe September, October, which is a couple months away from now.
That's not far away.
But then you got a couple months to prep it up and everything. And Ruben takes so long to do everything.
Well,
so we're going to need a lot of help.
Around, man.
We're going to need a lot of help.
Man. And then didn't they just relaunch Asbury Park?
Yeah, but
yeah.
one of the problems is you're not allowed to any bars. No bars. No bar in New Jersey.
Wow.
No bar with taps. So if the bar wants to have music, probably what they're going to do is take all the alcohol out or bring your own booze. So we can bring your own booze.
How the hell do you have a bar without alcohol?
Fruit bars, soup bars. I don't know.
Oh, God, fruit bar. All right.
I'm sure they'll find a way around it. You know?
But anyway, I know a lot of musicians that can tap into you. Just give John your information. Or I'll give
sure. And like again, we're all about like helping the artist any way we can. Even if we're not in a position to sign them in right now, we can connect any artist with showcases we're doing. I know the Crowning is doing a festival in October, and the other night I just connected 2 other people with them that they're bringing them on. So we love the aspect of networking and just helping people.
Yeah, I know Gino knows a lot more people than I do, but even I know a few people that I could.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there.
I got a couple in New Jersey, I think a couple in New York, maybe like 1 or 2 PA guys.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say, so if you ever want me to throw anybody your way, I can definitely send them a message, let them know what's up, see what they can do, and send them your info.
Sounds great.
I could definitely do that.
Great. Any way I can help also.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. You've known RJ for a little while. I've known the guy since we started college, so... And he's good people, like you said.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. How's he doing, by the way, though? I should have asked about him when we started.
For RJ?
Yeah. I don't really talk to him, too much.
Oh, he's good. I saw him at, about a month ago. I saw him. He came and did some video at an event for us. which is
Very
really
nice,
cool.
very nice.
So he's doing well. Yeah, he's busy. It's really.
I was gonna say, is he
He's
working
keeping
on
busy.
anything right now, or
What?
is he working on anything right now, or?
Well, I was at a show, so didn't have a chance to really talk in detail with him.
You guys just pretty much said hi.
But well, he did. He was running on the video camera, but he did mention he's working on some different projects. So he's always busy.
Yeah, no, that's good that he's keeping busy. That's awesome. Good for him.
And we actually brought him. The first event he did with us is 2 years ago, the Brooklyn Music Festival. So he came down and helped us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but what are some of like the future plans that you guys got going on with the record label, with some of your other artists? What other things are you looking to do? You mentioned a mini tour. Is there anything else?
Well, the guys are going to continue to record. They're pumping out over the next year. They want to put out another album each with videos, and just go around promoting that. Again, we want to position ourselves to bring on more people, and whatever genre, and expand the roster.
Gotcha.
And just like we want to become a real force in the market, and just have a good name, as
Yeah.
because like people can come to us for any kind of advice or help or any kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that's definitely some good stuff to hear. And you guys seem like you've been making progress since you started. It's like slow and steady progress, but you guys are doing good. You guys are getting names
thank
out
you.
there. You've been building relationships as far as I can see, and as far as definitely RJ can see, because he's the one that hooked me up with you guys. So I appreciate
like
what
with
you're doing, man.
with the Crowning, we actually met them through a producer that my rock artist has been working with, and we just formed a relationship right there, and like I brought them onto shows, they're bringing my guys onto shows, so
it's so easy how you can form
build community.
It's honestly so easy to just form relationships. Honestly, then I'm surprised a lot of people don't really understand. You go out there, you just talk to somebody, boom, you can form it right there. And a lot of people really don't think about it. It's honestly mind-blowing to me when you look at this type of industry that a lot of people don't see that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people don't look long-term. They look at the short-term and, what can you do for me?
That's a good point.
And that's it. But, if you're looking long-term, then you see that it's a process of building. And, if you put money first, then I don't think it's really going to last. You really have to have a love of music and creativity and that kind of thing.
You got to be able to ride it out for the long haul. That's a lesson I've learned even in radio. To be honest with you. But honestly, there's two things that I want to do. Number one, I want to know more about some of the other guys that you know. You don't have to tell me right now, but I do want to learn more as I get to know the artists that come on here in the future, as I keep in contact with you, all that stuff. And second, I want to get some of the music from your artists on Hamilton Radio, because I did check out a song, I think, by The Crowning, and I think by Ben Gorski, because I think you sent him to me the first time we talked, and they sounded great. So I definitely
I know the tracks.
Yeah, I definitely want to get those added on there. Emails admin@hamiltonradio.net, right, Gino? All right, cool. So
Edmund at Hamilton Radio?
Admin. ADMIN.
Okay.
And then at hamiltonradio.net.
I am the only one that sees that email,
Sounds good.
too, so.
Yeah.
Not that
Gino,
you're going to put more pictures in it, but I'm just saying, I'm the only one that sees it, so.
so that can be his dirty little secret if there are pictures like that in there. You could gladly keep that between you and Gino. That's none of my damn business.
That's not what I meant by it, but that's the way it came out.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it seemed like
but,
you're giving him signals there, brother.
No,
signals, no signals.
So, now, if you want, like, we just had a showcase hip-hop the other night, and I can mention a couple of the other artists on the bill. They're incredible. So, besides Meta Noise, which is ours, we have The Young King and Mad Squabbles, who both artists come out of Philly, and they came up to our show in Queens, and just, you know, the three of them just knocked it out of the park. Like, so we want to take that concept and move it closer to their hometown, you know, and so.
Definitely a good idea. Yeah, no, but if you want
Really good.
if there's any chance you get to, like, send over their music also, you're more than welcome to do that, man. Whatever you can do.
Sure.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it, man. And I'll send you over some artists, too.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, but
Perfect,
anyways,
thank you.
I do want to thank you for being on. I learned about a lot of different artists today. I got to have a booker on for the first time. I never had a booker. I've been doing this show for almost a year now. I think it'll be
Oh,
a
cool.
year and, what, about a week or two. You think, right, Gino?
I believe so.
Sounds about right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
Happy anniversary.
thank you, man. I appreciate it. I got to try to put something together for that show. You know what I mean?
More food.
Well, I'm fat, so that works for me. But I'll take a few weeks to plan it, and we'll figure it out from there. All
We
right.
should go out for beers before they ban it.
Yeah, right? That sounds like a great idea. Who was that band that played at that one bar that I was with you guys at? What was the bar called? Gino?
Us?
Yeah, it's right. I think it's right off 33. It's on Klockner, actually.
Oh, that was Palermo's.
That was, yeah, Palermo's.
And the band was either Smoked Ice.
I think it was Smoked Ice.
Yeah, I think it was.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I remember them. They were pretty good.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know any of those guys, but I just wanted to mention that.
They're all a bunch of good guys. In fact, one guy is used to be an Elvis impersonator.
Don't we have one coming on in like a half an
Yeah,
hour?
I was segueing him.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, Richie Sanders should be right outside
Yeah.
right now because Dave came in.
But Dave McKay was an Elvis impersonator for years.
Was he
and,
really?
He's a great keyboardist, guitarist, and does great songs. So,
All right, we have this old lady at the studio who's obsessed with Elvis, and she's got like 26 Elvis impersonators on Hamilton Radio.
Chinese Elvis, you know,
Literally,
dyslexic Elvis.
she's got like an Elvis of every
Oh, no,
mental
dyslexic
state,
Elvis with Paul
color.
Veneer.
It's a beautiful thing.
Dyslexic
Awesome.
Elvis was with Paul Veneer. I'm sorry.
Was it really a dyslexic Elvis?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know why you had to go from Chinese to dyslexic, but that's about the most random combination you can
Whatever.
possibly think of. You've got Dave going from Black Elvis to Midget Elvis, and you're from Chinese to dyslexic. I love you too,
He's
Dave.
listening to you.
I think Dave thinks I called him dyslexic, which that's probably true.
He's roasting.
I'm not roasting you. We were talking about Elvis, buddy.
The real Elvis,
Elvis?
the real Elvis impersonator's coming up next. Real Elvis impersonator's coming next.
I was gonna say there's a Hispanic Elvis that we know. We call him Elvisito.
Jesus.
He actually started that himself.
Jesus Santiago is a good guy.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy too. I like that guy.
Hmm.
But anyways, that's a beautiful way to end a conversation about music. Just mention all the Elvis impersonators you know from an old lady named Jerry Petito. Love you, Jerry. All right, but again, thank you for being on, man. I truly appreciate it, and I look forward to staying in touch with you
Appreciate
and
it.
getting to know more of the guys you have.
Cool. Yeah, and I'll send, you know, whatever information you want to know. And then, you know, if you have any guys that people, you know, will help them out.
Yeah,
much as
same
we
to you,
can.
man. But anyways, this has been John Brecco here at the Roundtable here at HamiltonRadio.net. We will see you guys next week. As always, everybody. Deuces.
Good night.
Yeah, he's still on?